Morning, fellas. Here is the mower. One thing bad about this thing, it's so powerful it bends the blades if you hit anything with it. I got it up with the hydraulics, and then this is a lock. That's locked where it won't come down. I'll probably still put a jack stand on the front of it when we get going here. All the parts. This is a Sitrex Sitrex. It's an Italian made finish mower, and the parts for it are pretty reasonable. I mean, most of this kind of stuff, the damn parts cost more than the whole machine does, but the for everything to rebuild it, to put new wheels on it and all new blades, it was under $500 to rebuild the whole thing with new spindles and everything. But anyway, they're all in the box here. When we get to it, we'll take all that out. But let's get you set up and let's see what this thing's made of. I've never worked on one, so it'll be fun. Let's get them out and see what's under there. It's filthy. I should have washed it yesterday, but I didn't. We may end up having to wash it before we go much further. There's threaded inserts down in there, which is good. Wow. It's funky looking. It's all cast iron stuff. So it's got a big pulley on the bottom of the gearbox that goes to that blade. That front blade's double driven. Oh no, it's not. That front, yeah, it is. I got a wrench, a spanner wrench for that. Alright, let me get the other side off, and we may have to go wash this thing before we can go much further. Get this side off over here and see what we got. I'll bring y'all back. She is all cleaned up. Pretty rusted up. None of it's through, but it's thick metal, so I think it's fine. What we're going to do is, most likely, first thing I'm going to do is drop it and connect this bar lower where it'll kick the back up more, where I can get under here and work. We got to take these, drop these spindles out. First thing I'm going to do is loosen the belt up. Let's get on that. It's an adjustment. Drive shaft costs more than a Jeep drive shaft. Don't make no damn sense. That's working. Just loosen it up a little bit more. Really? This thing don't look like it's ever been taken apart. Tell you guys something, never start the habit of taking an air fitting out of one thing and putting it in another. Just don't do it. Trust me. Don't start it. I've got so frustrated with myself from doing this that I have blue Loctite them in where I couldn't get it out unless I really had to try real hard, and then still have to get something to get it out there. Just get a bunch of them. Don't start the habit. I started it years ago and it's hard to break. All different size bolts. I work in Georgia on a bunch of farms, and farmers love to do that. I guess they use what they got and get back to work. So we got to get hardware for it, which ain't no big deal. It'll be easier the next time. Oh boy, there's one in the middle. There's one down in here. Let me get it out. I spared taking y'all those. I spared y'all to me taking this off. Too much cursing in it. Yeah, it was no fun. Alright. Now, let's see, by chance, air gun, everything out of the way. There's the new stuff. Italy built this to last a lifetime. See that? Red Loctite on everything. Yeah, that was fun. The only thing really wrong with them was the only thing that failed on it over all the years. I don't know how old this thing is. It's really old though. Is I'm guessing that these are stripped, where it either goes on, tightens the blade up, or whatever. So they ended up welding them, but the bearings are all still good on all three of them. It's just been on there a minute. It fought me. So now I'll get the wheels off. Look at that, how nice that is. Hey, it got me by. I think that's why it bent the blades though, because see, that one's bent. I don't know if you can see it with the shadows. But alright, I'm gonna get we got it stripped down, all the parts are right. So now I'm gonna clean it all up, wire wheel it, and we'll probably paint it to keep it from rusting. You know, why not? We got it tore apart. I'm thinking about taking this chute off because grass keeps getting hung up in it and bogging it down. So I think I'm gonna take this off and just hang some pieces of chain down here. And also, this sticks out way further than the wheels of the tractor, and you got to be really careful with it. See how far it sticks out. And this side here is more dead on, close to the tires. So I'm thinking I'm gonna take that off and either cut it off with a plasma cutter or just take it off, unbolt it. But I'll get on that, and we'll see how much further we get today. I have to mow today, so I'm probably going to bush hog it with the bush hog, where we can do this right. Keep on until it's to my liking. It's all cleaned up. Little hair crack there, ground it out. I'm going to drill hole. Pretty tiny one there, same thing. And one here, same thing. So I'm going to drill a hole, and weld this up. And then we'll start cleaning it up, getting it ready to paint. as good as she gets. I hate rust. Didn't take me long to make a mess, did it? Just got back from town getting some stuff for the mower. I don't know if I showed y'all after this or not, after I got it to this point. Here's what we're going to paint it with. I don't know, I don't think we're going to get to put paint on it today. We got new bushings and spacers and stuff. I'm going to put it on with a paintbrush where it'll be thick. I got this stuff here, and it takes, I've never used it. Can you see it? It looks dark. Rust cutter. It takes it 24 hours at least to dry. So I'm kind of, I don't know, I guess I'm going to go ahead and spray it with it, and I can start cleaning up the legs over there, putting the new tires on and stuff like that while it's drying, and then tomorrow I'll come out here and paint it. And about all I'm able to do. I'll spray this stuff down and we'll see what it looks like. Well, fellas, that's about it. It smells like purple power. Some kind of acid is what it is. Alrighty. Well, it's the next day. I cheated a little last night. Went ahead and painted it. This stuff was supposed to be left on for, I forget what it said, 12 hours. I didn't have 12 hours. But it dried and it took the paint well, so it did turn the rust black. So me and Jennifer got out here last night, put a good thick coat on. Show you under it. That's where that weld came through. Looks pretty good under here. It's not bad. Still a little damp right there. Huh. Must have been oil on it right there. Alright, let's get the new spindles in it and see what they do, what they look like. This is different. They extended this out to make it easier to get to. So I'm going to screw that out where I can get it up in there. Just a bit. Just a little bit. Right about there where the bolt's going to be. I was careful to align my grease zerks where I could get to them. And then that one's that way. Because this one's under the gearbox. You couldn't get to it nowhere but right there. Alright, let's put the blades on it. And see, never start that. I don't know why I don't just get more of them. But every time in Napa somewhere, you don't think about it. You're back, usually looking for one again. These are designed just to clamp. There's no kind of lock or anything. I'm guessing because that thing's powerful with that PTO, really powerful. And if something don't give right here, it'll just break the blade right off. It already bends them pretty easy if you hit something with it. But it will mow like crazy. I think these are standard rotation. Let's see if this will work. Any kind of keyway shaft or anything. You don't want no oil or anything on it. No dirt, sand, that stuff. Clean all those off. I've already sprayed out the pulleys. So right here's why I show stuff like this. I got this down. I didn't like the way the length of that looked compared to what those were. So I get to looking up underneath this keyway on this spindle, the old one. Up under that keyway is a shim to hold that pulley up off of this. Now you can see all the crap all in there. There's a better shot of it. That's it there up underneath that key. So I was going to take it all back apart to replace that. But I look closer. That's why you really should inspect everything as you go. Sometimes I myself don't do it and get in a hurry. But if you look at this keyway where that shim would go up underneath there, see how down all the way to the bearing it is? They changed the design of it so it doesn't take that now because there's nowhere for it to go. So they do go flat down, and it's a tight fit, and I'm guessing they did that to keep trash out of here because there's no air gap. You can actually hear it touching just a little bit. So these are press fit too. I'm having to drive them on there with a piece of brass. So you got to line the keyway up. You got to line the keyway up with the slot and the pulley, eyeball it, and then drive it down on there. Get these on here, we'll put the spanner nuts on them and tighten them up, and then we'll carry on from there. Just wanted to show you all that. Always check your old parts versus your new stuff before you get this far where I'm at and have to take it back apart. Luckily they changed the design without telling me. They roll on. They would never come off. I don't care if you have a nut on it or not. These bitches are tight, boy. Throw them on there with a piece of brass drift. Let me get my spanner. Heavy ass gearbox on there. Maybe, I don't know how this is going to go. Not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, that ain't too bad. loosened up when I turned it tight down. Alright, we'll try that. 1/4 inch deflection on your belts, on any belt. What y'all want to do now? All I got left now is put the guards on it, the legs on it, put new wheels on it. I say we go ahead and grease it and put the drive shaft on it, pull it over there where it won't get on nothing, and fire it up and see how it does. Let me go get the grease gun, we'll shoot it with some grease, and we'll do that. I'll get the drive shaft in it and we'll pull it up there and turn it on. It would appear that they're different, the grease fittings, that is. I don't know if you could tell, but that's a real sharp edge on that one. This is a standard like we use. I don't know, I would always think that those were the same. Come on, baby. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, we got grease coming out the wheat pole on the bottom. That was the problem. These are different. The ones that came with them, with the spindles, must be like a European style or something. I don't know. I thought they were all stamped. I thought grease fittings were all the same, but they're not. See how sharp that one is compared to that one's rounded? Damn sure wouldn't seal. It's greased up now. Alright, I'll do the rest of them. I'll spare you all that. I know some of my Jeep buddies that need drive shafts like these that snap in and out. Put the weight on the trail for them to put the drive shaft in. Y'all know they had these right here. And we'd be a lot faster. Huh? Yeah, you know some buddies that need drive shafts like that. Maybe we ought to invent them. Alright, let's pull it up. she is. This one here's bent a little bit, so I put it as a trailing one. Ain't as under much load as the front ones are. But it was never set level before. Two and 3/4. I'd like to see it like 3 inches. That's close enough to 3 inches. I say let's go try it, see what it do. That's a wrap on that deal. I'll paint it all up, put the guards back on it. I'll show y'all how that rough stuff done. This stuff here, rust cutter. This is what it looks like when it dries. See how white it is? Turns into some weird white primer looking stuff. Anyway, I just want to show y'all that, how it turned that rust into some white stuff, which is what it's supposed to do, and then you can just paint right over that. Well, it's done. Definitely never lose it because it's bright. Good weekend's work on that thing. Maybe it'll last a lot longer, a little longer for us. Anyways, I guess that's it on this deal. Next thing we're going to be doing, next video, we're going to be dragging this thing up here and see if we can get it running. See what it's going to take to fix that. That'll be the next project. I'll get my mess cleaned up, and I will see y'all soon. Y'all have a good one. We'll holler at you later. Alright, bye.